This is the bee's knees, the cat's pajamas, and the whole shebang. And most importantly, Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Argano. And you're listening to Peter and Jake talking wrestling.
You are now listening to the Peter and Jake Talks Wrasslin podcast, a weekly review of Monday Night Raw and other wrestling-related topics. And here's your hosts, Peter Day and Jake Grandi.
Hello, Are we there? All right, it's working.
Albany,
and Ivory. Whatever, dude. You are now boys and girls. That's like my thing now. Boys and girls.
Hey, they're there.
Yeah. A lot of girls. I just found another girl fan.
Yeah,
she's right. I passed her, actually. You probably, when I saw you, I passed her. I added her on Facebook. I talked to her yesterday, and then she randomly showed up in my Facebook friends you could, add or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's like, what the fuck? And then as soon as I click her profile, her fucking cover story is Seth Rollins holding the fucking WWE belt.
Oh, nice.
At WrestleMania. And I'm like, fuck you. She accepted my friend request. I was like, the fuck, you like wrestling? She's like, I love wrestling. And I was like, pointed her to the thing. She was like, the first thing she wanted to listen to was our take on WrestleMania.
Nice.
So, girls are great wrestling fans.
Mackenzie Hill. Yes, Yaz. We got Tony. We got a few.
She's a girl?
Yeah.
T-O-N-I.
Something like that.
It better be.
We talked about wrestling. We got lady followers. That's cool.
Yeah, I love it. But yeah, you're listening to episode
35.
35.
Well, we're middle aged now. Right?
Yeah, man. I'm 37, so that would And you know what? I don't have the shirt. I tried. They don't have it at Kinko's. The iron-on.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be rocking an iron-on right now.
Right now, or is it supposed to be...
It was supposed to be for the video for the fucking prediction show.
Well, I guess you got a whole year to get the punishment together.
I can.
SmackDown's coming. I don't know.
I still wanted to be in the early phases of you not supposed to be watching this shit, dude.
I mean, this kind of maybe not kind of, I could have missed this week's.
Episode 35 of Peter and Jake Talks Wrasslin. And I'm 2 beers in on an empty stomach, so if I sound a little weird, I'm drinking a beer now. We're drinking a beer now.
Oh yeah? Well, I got a little cheer wine, but I'm after that.
No, you got a Yingling.
I know, but I got a little cheer wine now.
Oh, cheer wine. All right. Yeah. That's you Southern boy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. If there's somebody that doesn't know about cheer wine, it's a delicious drink. It's a cherry Coke, amazing.
I drink root beer. That's the only soda I will ever drink.
What kind of root beer? You like Barks, your mug?
Oh, just anything. Bowling is the best. It's $5 a bottle though. It's ridiculous. You know what I'm talking about?
No, but $5 a bottle for some beer.
It's fucking ridiculous. It's pure sugar cane. It's natural.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. But and we are about to, if we get past this rambling, going to review Raw from Albany this week. But before we do that, what's going on in Fasten in the World podcast world?
Nothing much. We got NXT coming to you every Wednesday, so then the show will be coming up every Thursday night. And nothing much happened on the Fashion of the World podcast, but I do have an exclusive interview with John Hitchcock. He wrote Front Row Section D. It's a book about the Mid-Atlantic territory in the 70s and 80s. And he just kind of went in depth a little bit, shared a few stories from the book. And we're going to be putting that up on Friday night.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, and if you're listening and you're a person who listened to PW Torch, there's another interview that you can actually check them out. If you've never heard of them, you can actually go to PW Torch through the archives and find the interview with Bruce Mitchell and Hancock, and you get a taste of what you're to expect from this interview. It's just great stories, man. Like, just ridiculous stories from when, you know, his posse showed up in suits and ties and fucking rooting for the heels. They were the first ever, like, marks.
Well,
Yeah, well, not marks, like
yeah, smart
marks.
Yeah, cheer for the. I know there's some dispute, but there's some people that say that he was the first guy to bring a sign to a wrestling event. He's got a funny story about a Magnum PA sign he had with him and Harley Race. It's a pretty funny story.
Magnum PA.
Yeah.
That's in the book. That's like in the first.
Yeah.
That's like when it gets out of the preface.
He shares a few stories from the book, and he talks about his feelings on the current product and some guys that he wants to see in the WWE. He goes all the way down to the Indies to talking about where wrestling was in Greensboro before the Greensboro Coliseum. Apparently, it was a YMCA in Lexington in the '60s. He goes that far back.
Damn, man, that's like prehistoric ages of wrestling, man.
Talks a lot about Wahoo McDaniel. So if you're a fan of the old school wrestling, that's definitely one you should check out.
And tell your friends to check the shit out too, son.
Hell
So, man, I ain't got nothing going on. It's just like still trying to do the whole video thing. And actually, this is the first part. This is episode 35, part 1, which is going to be the Raw Go Home Show review. And then after this, part 2 will actually be in video format and audio format on YouTube and on SoundCloud. But you're going to see our mugs given our WrestleMania. I know, right? Look, dude, they all blend together at some point. Okay, so you got Extreme, you got Extreme, and you got Ass-Stream rules. R-Stream rules. So we're gonna do that on video format. So make sure. How would you prepare to say to look at us? Get drunk. We look better.
Yeah, drink a little bit, maybe some greenery for the scenery.
Yeah, that's going to go up tomorrow because it takes forever. I mean, the audio format will be up, but the video format will be up tomorrow because it takes forever for that shit to process. So without further ado, man, I think we yicked and yacked enough. Let's talk about Albany.
I'm down.
You want to start off? You want to start this shit off or what?
Yeah, they start off with the ominous lowering of the cage music playing with the dum 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 dum, and then they just kind of lower the cage little by little. And Orton comes out, talks about how it's not necessary for the RKO. He kind of just like throws the whole stipulation out the window, saying it's unnecessary. And then, but it was a pretty good promo with the hype in the cage match. And then Rollins comes out. Kind of cuts him off a little bit there. It's kind of your basic, kick off to Raw. They're both pissed at each other. What'd you think of the?
Well, I just thought is that a new shirt that he has on? Not you.
Oh,
you're not wearing a shirt. No, that's fur. That's a sweater you got on.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. He's a hairy dude, by the way, guys. He's a furry motherfucker. Jake. He's looking at me like, you son of a bitch. But, no, like, he's looking at me like, you one dumb bastard.
Oh, yeah. What the fuck?
Dude, that's not this, I think, Sheamus said bastard.
Yeah. They've been cussing a lot lately.
He said, we don't like you English bastards. So, bastard is a new word. You got ass.
Ass and bastard.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
So
son of a bitch, or you can just say bitch, right?
Bitch, yeah.
Yeah, you can't do the son of us.
You do son of a bitch? Like
you can?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I just feel like I understand that right now this is probably the hottest babyface Orton run ever.
Oh yeah. Well,
it is.
Maybe early when you first started coming up.
Talk about when he got dropped?
Yeah, that or I don't know. I just can't remember.
When he got dropped by Batista?
Yeah. I know, yeah, that he might have been like over then, but like past I want to say like 5 years.
Because he had his babyface run against Mark Henry.
Oh yeah. But I don't know if that was really...
That sucked. It was horrible, babyface run.
Those internet RKO memes, and I think that's why they played into that a little bit tonight.
I think even then he was actually feuding with, because after that he was feuding with Wade Barrett. And they had the whole how Barrett threw him down the stairs.
Yeah, don't they got a lot of him and Christian on SmackDown?
Yeah, that was just, we just like, no, you fucking suck.
A lot of Cena.
Yeah, but when he spits his promos, normally they're boring, you know?
Oh, yeah.
But now he's got a little energy, got a little fight in him. But what he's doing right now, like this promo in itself is just like this super descriptive, twisted fucking promo. It's like, when I get you, I'm gonna take your head, and I'm gonna take your head, and I'm gonna twist your head, and not only am I gonna twist it, I'm gonna twist it till it comes off, and then the blood's gonna spray, and when the blood's gonna spray, I'm gonna take the blood, I'm gonna put it in a cup, and when I put the blood in the cup, I'm gonna drink the cup, but not only am I gonna drink the cup, I'm gonna, it's just like, dude, like,
enjoy the cup.
like it's like, we get it. We know you want to fuck him up. But you know what? We've seen you fuck him up several times. Well, more notably, like the go-home show before WrestleMania, or like when he finally got his hands on him.
Well, he beat him at Mania.
He beat him at Mania. 2 weeks prior, he basically beat his ass like for like 15 minutes. It's like, we get it.
Yeah.
Like, win the belt. Talk about how much you want to win the belt. Not how much you want to kick Rollins' ass, because we've seen you kick his ass. The payoff's done.
Yeah.
Do we want to see Orton with the belt?
No, I think you should keep it on Rollins, but the way they're probably going to do that is some authority interference, and
we'll see. But this is when we get to. I have my predictions.
Okay, yeah, I'm really not looking at this point. I'm not really looking too forward to Extreme Rules, but I am looking forward to the match that kicked everything off.
Oh, but wait. He breaks the fourth wall. He goes, after commercial break.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was just funny. It's funny as shit.
They broke the fourth wall a lot on this show.
Yeah, I know.
The cane and everything.
He's like, after commercial break. He decides that, going back and forth with Rollins, he decides, like, well, if I can't use the RKO at Extreme Rules during the match, then everyone's going to fucking catch an RKO during the night.
Yeah, it was yeah. We'll go into that, but it's pretty cool.
But yeah, I'll just say, like, so, that's what it is. And then we get, do you want to do this one?
The Dean and Harper match?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. They just brawled. They started out, they brawled, like, kind of like old school, like, 90s Attitude Era way, like, all the way through the crowd and everything. Coming up. Luke Harper, upstate New Yorker guy, got a little mic time.
Yeah.
It was kind of cool.
What does he say?
I forget what he said.
I'm going to kick your ass, boy.
Yeah,
basically.
And then, like, JBL was like, I believe it. Or someone said, like, oh, I believe it. And then someone said, I don't. Like, kind of like, judging it right there a little bit. But great, like I said, great start to the match. Harper got him with a really good super kick to end a nice exchange there. Overall, good match. Luke kind of gets.
It wasn't a good match. It wasn't a match at all.
You don't think so? The brawl and everything.
No, I mean the match itself never really came to fruition. It was as soon as they started, you probably get like a good minute in the ring, and then it just goes to the outside. Now, here's what I find that's really disturbing. Something that's funny to me. It's like we've been seeing like these DQ like these moments where people are getting DQ'd because the announce table was involved. Neville getting tossed into the announce table, DQ. Harper
hitting him with the top of it.
Yeah, but for some fucking reason, which is still blows my mind, how the fuck, and this happened in this match, can you throw someone in the stairs or into the
turnbuckle?
Not the buckle, but the pole.
Yeah.
Like, that's so weird to me. So I'm thinking, okay, when he threw him into the stairs, I'm like, oh, they're gonna call it the DQ, but they don't call it the DQ, they get counted out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh God, we've been here before.
But when I say it was good, I think it was good because it was effective to like make me. I'm excited to watch them at this pay-per-view. And I think it's gonna be probably the best match of the show.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah, brawling up the ramp and everything at the end. It was pretty good.
But this is what we expect out of Ambrose. Always. Is what we to expect from Ambrose. Like all his matches are gonna be like street brawls, lumberjacks, and it's always gonna end up in the stands. Like. Fucking hospital match, ambulance match. Mm-hmm. Is this what to expect from Ambrose? Always. Because I'm just like, I would like to see Ambrose. And if he's the hardcore guy, then say he's the hardcore guy. I think it needs to be said.
Why? Why can't it just be like a character trait? We see him.
Well, because I think to a certain degree we enjoy him as a worker as well, as much as like him jumping off fucking ambulances. The guy can work in the ring. It's not like ECW. It's not like he has the liberty to fucking whip out like, barbed wire and fucking shit.
But I think
it's like half-ass hardcore.
They haven't had a hardcore guy in a while now. I think these young kids haven't seen the old stuff to know what he's not doing. But
this is hardcore, like PG-13. I mean, he's a hardcore PG. Yeah. It's like hardcore.
I think that they can put over the hardcore element with like maybe just like the stiffness of it, the well-worked match. Like I think Harper's done before with Ziggler. And then that powerbomb spot was like the sickest shit in Mania, dude.
I know, but it's a sick spot, but it's not hardcore. Or just because you go into the stands and you just fight in the stands, or you maybe like do some shit like kendo stick, it's not a hardcore match. It's like the PG, like this guy is more badass than that. And I go, well, if you're trying to lay it on real nice and thin, the idea of the hardcore, then at the same time, show his in-ring ability. Like, because he has it. He has great in-ring ability without having to have the what do you call it? The whistles. What do you call it? The something and whistles.
The bells and whistles.
Bells and whistles.
Yeah.
Of like having to do a bunch of extraordinary, quote unquote, hardcore tactics to be like, oh yeah, he's the hardcore guy. Ain't no hardcore guy in PG. That's all I'm saying. So if you're gonna go with him, I say let it run loose. Him just fighting in the stands and shit, it's just not gonna work for me as a fan. It's just not.
Yeah, I mean, I can see where you're coming from. I would, but I think that's just where he fits on the card. You gotta find where you fit. There's a lot of guys who are trying to put over their work right now. You got the Ziggler, you got Bryan.
But he's not getting the action. That's the thing.
But I'm saying, yeah, there might be a few. He might be trying to fit into just a hardcore role just because he sees that's where they're lacking.
Well, the workers that would actually compete with him are very lacking as well.
Yeah, I mean, you got a Harper, so I guess that's step A, and it's gonna be great. I think this time.
Then who else would actually step up in like a future feud?
You can have a Barrett.
I don't see Barrett as a hardcore guy.
I think he could do it. I think he's versatile enough, big enough, stiff enough.
Yeah.
Sheamus.
No, but that's not their forte.
Well, yeah, they don't. I mean, you don't need it to be a forte just to be a good one-time feud. Mm-hmm. But I don't know.
But yeah, so they get counted out in the fight, and Ambrose gets tossed. It's sick. It was a sick toss into the LED lights.
Oh yeah.
And then Harper looks like he's about to powerbomb him again, which at least they still stuck with that storyline of like, okay, fucking Harper's gonna just powerbomb this son of a bitch on some sick shit, right?
Yeah.
And
sick motherfuckers in Albany cheering that shit.
Yeah. So I mean, I just think it's something they stick to. It's like one of those things. It's a continuous storyline, and he reverses, and Harper fucking bounces, and that's that. And I was left with the idea, it's like, well, is this going to be a match? We don't even find out there's going to be a match until when they go down the card of this WrestleMania of Extreme Rules until later.
This next part was the funniest thing I've ever seen, though, when Seth and J&J are all scared, and then primetime players like sneak up on him and scare him, freak him out. It's kind of funny. I know you don't want the champion to look weak and everything, but I guess he does a particularly good job, kind of in that like scared role.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's oil and water.
I think Seth is kind of funny. He does a good job delivering like funny lines.
Yeah.
And Triple H comes up on him and is just like, "What are you doing? You're like some scared dude." He's like, "What are you scared of, Kane?" And then he kind of looks at Triple H. He goes, "I think I'm gonna need some more security."
Yeah, he looks at the boys.
Yeah. That was hilarious. What do you think of it?
And he goes, "It's one guy."
Yeah.
I mean, nothing much to it. I mean, nothing really much to it. Okay, at least primetime players got some fucking raw time.
Yeah.
And they're like, those guys are they're like fucking pranksters.
Yeah, the two promos that they cut the last 2 weeks, and then they just like scare him just for no reason. They don't even go into.
They don't even know what the fuck's going on. I was almost thinking that
I thought it was gonna be like a J&J primetime players match or something going into.
Well, I was thinking Orton was going to like just run up on PTP, like talking shit as they're walking away. They're like, bam, you know, like, and just a whole ass.
Yeah.
That's what I was waiting for. I was like, oh shit, because that's what it was. Like, to me, I was like, the telltale signs of who's gonna get hit first. Now, I put money on Twitter. Like, I was like, I guarantee you that. I was like, who's getting hit first? I was like, was it Curtis? Was it Curtis Axel? I was like, someone's getting hit with one. Like, I have to look, but I was like, this guy's gonna get hit with one first, and then, oh god. Then what I thought was going to go down. Down. You get Lucha Dragons. I like to call them very much like the Jackson 5 featuring Michael Jackson. This is the Lucha Dragons featuring Kalisto. He's the superstar. He's the front man. He's your front man. And the New Day with Big E and Kofi. And this match, out of the blue, is for the number one contendership for the tag team titles. Going into Extreme Rules. The heels, New Day get the heel side of the ring. Yeah. Now I guess it's
being represented by Big E and Kofi.
And I guess it's like punched in that they are the heels now. They're not playing a heel gimmick.
I mean, they got over with people saying they suck. You might as well roll with it. I mean, as a WWE perspective and their perspective. I mean, that's the biggest cheer they ever got was. People yelling sucks at them. They're with it.
Oh yeah, they're provocative.
Yeah.
They're controversial now.
Yeah, sure. We meant this to be bad the whole time, guys. You're supposed to be the whole time.
Nope, not at all. They got turned in his head. And like even from the start of the match, you got Kofi getting pissed off. He starts off the match, but he's just like pissed off that everyone's like doing New Day sucks. So he gets out. And man, dude, I'm telling you right now, this is something that I even from last fucking Thursday, like the New Day are fucking great workers. Like they are awesome in the ring. Like awesome.
The New Day, yeah.
Yeah, man. And like they cut the ring off too. And there's one moment where they're like stomping a mud hole in Sin Cara. They're like, boom, stop, tag. Switch, stop, switch, tag, stop. I was like, this is great. Like between the two of them, because we've seen Big E as a heel before, but we've never seen Kofi as a heel, and like it works for him. Yeah. And they call off the ring. Sin Cara, like Woods get a distraction in. They're really building these guys up to be like fucking, you know, these heel guys, and like they look like they've been there before. That's the cool part. Mm-hmm. And then Kalisto, his hot tag is the best in the business. Right?
Oh yeah,
the best in the business. And when everyone gets flying out the ring, you see this moment where Xavier Wood is like sort of like he's brainstorming on what to do, so he hides under the mat, and as the count is going and Big E is outside, is it Big E? Who's the legal men at the time? I think it's Big E and Sin Cara, and they're both outside because of some crazy shit. But as they're about to beat the 10 count, Xavier Woods from under the ring,
oh my god,
grabs the legs of Sin Cara. He's like, I got you. Hey, let you go. There you go.
It's the face that just his head pops out.
Yeah. Hey, let you go. And basically holds him outside, and New Day wins via count out.
He needs an Emmy, an Oscar, whatever the TV award show is. That was the best moment of the year, I think. Xavier Woods popping up holding Sin Cara's legs.
Yeah. And so they advance to, they become the number one contenders to face the Marksmen.
Yeah, Kid and Cesaro
at Extreme Rules. But as they're celebrating their win, guess who shows up? Randy Orton. And he drops Xavier Wood with an RKO, and then he drops Kofi Kingston with an RKO. And as you think Big E's about to go in and get some, he decides not to, which I thought was whatever. But then there's a part where at the end of all that melee, JBL goes, he's not gonna RKO the announcers, is he?
Yeah.
It's serious as a heart attack. I laughed for like 5 minutes over that shit. Well, what do you think about this match, man?
I love the match. The match itself before Orton got out there. There's a nice gigantic springboard arm drag by Kalisto.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Kalisto did some awesome shit, and then a double moonsault, which was pretty awesome. But I do say Xavier Woods stole the show with just I forgot all about Kalisto and Sin Cara whenever he went out and grabbed him. I was cracking up.
Yeah, it was great.
It was fucking.
Hey, let you go. I got you.
This was one of the funniest Raws for what it was missing a lot, I think, but it was definitely funny this week, I think.
A lot of guys not on there.
Yeah,
a lot of guys.
Definitely missing Brian, I think.
Brian wasn't on there. Was Reigns there?
Reigns was there. He just cut a little promo.
Yeah, he cut a promo.
Big Show wasn't
Who
there.
was it? It was somebody that was.
Big Show wasn't there.
Big Show wasn't there. There was someone else though that wasn't there, like the huge four. It hit me in a minute. Paige. Yeah. So, but that's just because they continue to tour. You know, I wouldn't have expected all those guys to show back up on Raw after like that big tour.
Yeah, but after that we go into a Curtis Axel Fandango match. Curtis Axel trying to compete against Fandango with the dance moves, but
that was awesome.
Yeah, no match for Fandango, I must say, but it was a pretty ridiculous like match. It went back and forth a little bit. Good match. But at the end, Fandango just wins with the big leg drop. I think they're trying to get him back over. They should have. I mean, he's a good wrestler. They should have. I mean, he beat Jericho at Mania. He should have just kept playing off of that a few years ago. But what can you do? But hopefully he gets pushed up and he doesn't become like a Jack Swagger. He kind of becomes like a Ziggler maybe. But who knows?
No, not at all. Not with that gimmick. And then they tried to change the gimmick to another thing, and it bombed. Yeah. I mean, he's a bomb of a character.
Yeah.
And they're trying so hard. It seems like everything. This is probably the first time in a long time that his gimmick isn't associated with some chick. Because you remember the Summer Rae, like what's the chick? She was part of Lay Cool.
Yeah, they had Layla, Summer Rae.
Yeah.
Rosa Mendez.
And then that turned into like a lesbian sort of three-way weird shit as they were like, you know, acting like girlfriends in front of him. It was weird. And then like it disappeared. Where the fuck is Layla? We haven't seen Layla in months.
I definitely miss Layla.
So, you know, he has this gimmick. They tried to change it up to make him more like a flamingo dancer kind of thing. And that bombed. They just... And now he's back, which is funny because even after the match, they forget that he's gone back to...
they played the old music?
They played the new music first. When he won.
Really?
Yeah. It was like, the whole like... And then for like a minute, it's like, what? I was like, what the fuck? And then it...
Nice. Well...
But Axe-Dango, that dance was all I needed.
Someone's getting fired.
Somebody's getting fired.
And then,
second hour.
You can do this, man. I really...
Oh, yeah, you're a Triple H guy, so you can't do this.
I stopped paying attention.
So this is the second hour, and guess who shows up? Because this is, you know, he has to have his time, but this is the first... Triple H is his first Raw appearance since WrestleMania. And for some reason, he didn't wrestle somebody named Sting at WrestleMania. Nothing said about this whatsoever. It's like, hey, I'm Triple H, I'm back. I didn't have a feud with just this guy named Sting.
Yeah.
All right, whatever. Keep it moving.
Fuck him.
And he's basically out there to put over the new Tough Enough series. And he just goes out there and he spits a babyface promo, promoting Tough Enough. Do you have what it takes? Do you have what it takes? Do you have what it takes? Whatever. But as he's about to basically close up shop, Kane comes in. And Kane comes down. He's pretty disgruntled because his past couple of weeks have been pure hell of him just dealing with Seth Rollins. And he approaches Triple H and he basically gives him his 2 weeks notice because you support Rollins. I hate Rollins. Rollins is a piece of shit. And Rollins comes out. He's like, "Word, you leaving? Me, a piece of shit? No good? Good riddance." And then they shit on each other. And it's probably one of the best shoots from Kane. Oh, God. It was so heated. And he just let loose the beast. And he's just like, "You're a snotty brat, piece of shit, you're an asshole, you fucking punk-ass motherfucker. And everything's given to you, and I basically handed you that Money in the Bank championship." You know, like, he just goes in, and the last thing he says, he's like, We handed you that thing. Even fucking we could have gave that thing to El Torito.
Yeah, that's
Place goes nuts because it's like this is all the pent up shit over the past couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And it's all just come out, and it was just like this. It was good because just him letting loose, and you have Seth Rollins basically eating it up. You know, he's like, you can see he's just sort of falling back a little bit as he's getting his old man treatment from Kane.
Yeah.
Young yippee yapper, you know nothing about. And it was great. So to appease Kane in that moment.
He's the guardian of the gate.
Yes, Triple H assigns him. He gets an idea. He goes, okay, I don't want to lose you, Kane. Basically, I'm going to appoint you this point in the match to appease you, to make it seem like I'm not so biased. So you, Kane, will be the gatekeeper of the steel cage match at Extreme Rules. And that's basically it. What do you think about that this whole thing?
I mean, the gatekeeper, the guardian of the gate, I think it's a silly title, but I don't. Is he the ref, or is he just standing outside?
He's basically a lumberjack.
Yeah, in a cage match, it's kind of silly. Like, there's already enough stipulations in this.
Well,
match.
his job is to stop whoever tries to get it. Because that's one of the biggest problems with the cage matches over the past couple of
everyone
years.
Climbing in.
Like, the whole idea is to keep people out. But, like, for some reason, someone always gets in.
But there's already enough fucking stipulations in this match.
And I just realized that as soon as you just said that. Like, I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, they got the no RKO, they got the cage match, they got the guardian of the gate. I think it's just a convoluted mess.
But I always thought it was a bit of a ruse. The whole, like, the banning of the curb stomp.
Oh, yeah, we can get it. They should have just...
Later, but, like, that's the thing. I feel like that was a ruse. Maybe?
They didn't do it this week.
They didn't, but I'm just saying, like, was that the reason why they banned... I mean, let's just go into the whole, like, creative part of this. Is that why they banned the RKO in script? Because the curb stomp has been banned? Like,
Yeah, I can see that to kind of like bury the shit about the curb stomp like down the Twitter feed a little bit or down the social media feed a little bit.
But they are doing. But they didn't do. But it makes the no RKO stipulation a joke when you find out.
Yeah.
Breaking kayfabe that it's an actual banned move now. Now what do you do with the fucking video game?
Well, what do you do? I mean, they've put that move over. Like, they should have, I'm saying he did it to Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns at Mania, didn't he? Or at least Brock. I don't know what happened. I think he did it.
Yeah, he's hit everyone with that fucking
regardless
move.
of it happened at Mania, he's done it for at least a year and a half.
I think the only people that he hasn't hit is me and you with that fucker.
Speak for yourself, dude.
Oh, you got one?
I got one bad night walking home.
Oh, damn. You gotta stay out of fucking Iowa. The mean streets of Iowa, man.
I knew I was gone once I was in that cornfield.
Shit.
But then we had Kane and Rollins in the back. Triple H just pretty much makes the stipulation or the match Dolph versus Rollins tonight because it should have happened last week, but they did that whole thing with Kane and Rollins and everything. And then we had Naomi and Brie with Nikki on commentary.
Oh, dude, this was hilarious because it's such a funny the aesthetic of it all. To see Naomi come out with like pretty sassy, she comes out with this attitude.
Yeah.
With better call your mama.
Yeah.
And she's like stomping like a fucking soldier.
Yeah.
With a little bit of fucking like stank in her walk. Like. But in the background, like, better call your mama. Better call your mama. She's like, man, fuck this shit. I'm just gonna walk. Oh, she looked so good in that fucking outfit, man. That was too much, man. And you got Nikki on commentary, and basically Naomi puts a fucking beating on Brie.
Oh yeah, she's pretty stiff. She throws it around like a shit ton.
I mean, she beats the living shit out of her. And Brie is all of a sudden getting a baby face. She's getting a baby face like heat right now. Which is like, wait a minute. Did we all forget that these bitches were heels? Naomi's not a heel. I mean, like, once you think about it, she's just frustrated because she deserves a shot at the championship. She's beaten everyone that she has to beat and lost her opportunity to a bullshit battle royal. She's like, no, I'm frustrated.
Yeah.
Now this could get a little weird, in terms of why all of a sudden she's a babyface, and the biggest heels of the fucking divas, again, the babyface pops.
Yeah, I don't know why they made her heel, especially with
She's not heel yet though.
Well, they had Paige win, and then Naomi beat Paige, and then cuts like a promo in the back. Why not just have Naomi win the battle royal, and then wrestle? So then you have the face who won the battle royal, beat the champion, and now facing the champion. Why would you have?
I don't want to go there, man. Because it can be baiting to a little bit, to a certain degree. It pisses me off, I don't think it's fair, because I see Naomi as someone who can actually be a formidable babyface divas champion.
Yeah, for sure.
But does everyone else sees that? No. You look at, she's going against Brie. Brie is a heel.
Yeah.
Nikki is a heel. Paige was the babyface. Now all of a sudden they're in the fucking ring, and she's whooping her ass left and right. Brie gets a little she hulks up, Brie mode up and shit.
Yeah.
And the crowd's going crazy, and I just go this absolutely makes no sense. This makes no sense.
Well, I think that they threw the crowd off having her beat up Paige. Why not have her just beat Paige? Why do you have to have Paige win and then she beat her up? Then she kind of, why put that whole sore loser element to it?
For your fucking son to be my favorite fucking wrestler of all time, you are a piece of shit, Dusty Rhodes. You are a fucking piece of shit. Seriously, it's just what it is. It's all the fucking time, and it pisses me off, man. Pisses me off.
Well, at least we got a few indie. It's looking good in the indies, man.
Between Dusty Rhodes and Michael P.S. Hayes and what the fuck they do with those goddamn African American wrestlers on that goddamn promotion is a shame. It's a fucking shame. It's a crime. It's fucking fucked up. All of a sudden, Brie becomes getting the babyface pops. It's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
But as Brie's getting her ass whooped, Nikki just seems like not at all involved.
Yeah.
She's like watching her sister basically get her ass toe up. Even when she threw her out, they got the commercial break. When he threw her ass out in the ring, Nikki's like, yeah, that's kind of fucked up, yo.
Ooh, ow, that must hurt.
Yeah, basically. And the back and forth between her and Booker T is pretty intense. Really intense. I think Booker doesn't like this booking. I don't think.
Well, he's putting Naomi over. He said something like quite possibly the greatest diva of all time. He's over. I mean, I'm not gonna. She's a good worker, but saying at this point in her career the best. He's obviously kind of overdoing it a little.
Well,
bit.
I think because before it was all about Alicia Fox. I think Booker T even trained Alicia Fox. If you look at Alicia Fox, she's nothing but a female version of Booker T. She even does his finisher, the leg kick.
Yeah.
Normally that goes into the spinneroonie, but she does everything Booker T style. Now it's well, here's Naomi. Here's another super talented African American worker for the company. And he's it's just one of those things where he's just gonna naturally get behind her. Now again, this is where it all gets all fucked up and convoluted and race and bullshit. And I feel I think even breaking kayfabe, I don't think he agrees with the booking of this, because she should be a babyface champion. She should be, and it's not happening that way. And there's this moment where within the commentary between her and Brie, him and Brie, and she's saying this, he's saying this, and he's saying that to Nikki, and I think Nikki just goes on sort of a tangent, and he goes, I think he's like. I think he says, "Don't get mad, calm down." He just he's like, "Don't get mad, calm down." It's like this, and it's this awkward silence for a good 10 seconds until they start going off again, and then whatever.
Naomi does win the match.
Yeah, she wins. She wins the match.
And then
with the review,
Heath Slater.
I want that finisher on me so bad.
Heath Slater and Rowan in the back enjoying their salads.
He's not fired.
Yeah, good job. Neither one are fired.
And both the two redheads in the group eating with each other.
Yeah, eating, and if you look, it's just 2 big plates of salad. They did. I don't know if they were just beginning their meal. They go for the 3-course thing, but they were just enjoying a big plate of salad. And then, for some reason, they both stand up. Heath Slater gasps, and all of a sudden, RKO through the table. One of the funniest, other than Xavier Woods holding the legs. This is the funniest.
As soon as I saw Heath Slater, I was like, dude, he's going to catch an RKO. It wasn't even no mystery to this. But do you remember the conversation they were having? Well, it wasn't much of a conversation. Heath Slater is like, hey, man, I'm about hey, man, so Cena's going to do the open...
oh, yeah.
I'm going to take that challenge, man. I'm going to go out there, man. I'm going to win that belt, man. So he's like sitting there shooting the shit. Like, it sounded so funny. It was great.
I guess that's what the rest, like, theoretically in the storyline, that's the rest are just walking around and just, like, talking about how to get title shots all day.
He's like, yo, man, when he puts out that open challenge, man, I'm taking it, man. And then when Luke Harper just kind of looks at him, gets up, not Luke Harper, I'm sorry, Eric Rowan gets up, looks at him, and then gets up and leaves. He's like, why are you leaving for? You talking to the next U.S. champ? And then he turns around and he's like, drop through the table.
Yeah, and then we had the Reigns promo. Your basic Reigns promo. He's getting better. He's playing with the crowd a little bit. He just calls out Big Show. But then Bo Dallas comes out just to kind of, I guess, get hit with the Superman punch. And at the end, they say it's a last man standing match, pretty much for Extreme Rules, and then he says that you can believe that.
What a dumbass payoff.
I think that the only reason they brought them out is because they realized that these catchphrases were too similar not to do some kind of gimmick with it, and Bo Dallas is so low on the totem pole, so you just have him get knocked out real quick.
This is like the gimmick match of the year. Like, everything's gimmick in this, and it's like that was the jumping of the shark. That was the moment where
Bo Dallas comes out.
Yeah, and for the Bo leave spot.
Yeah.
Basically, and Bo leave that. Now, Bo Dallas comes out, and he shits on. That's what's great about Bo Dallas.
Oh, yeah.
He's so great, man.
It's okay you failed at WrestleMania? Yeah, that was perfect.
Dude, he called him, what does he call him? He calls him a failure, a bust, and the Tim Tebow of the WWE.
Tim Tebow is back, though.
I know he's back, but he's still a bust to a certain extent. I'm a Tim Tebow fan. Hey, I'm. You don't see me right now, but I'm Tebowing.
Oh, I see him. He's doing.
I'm Tebow leaving. But with hair on his face, that goatee he's rocking.
Yeah, what's up with that?
He looks exactly like his brother.
Yeah.
Like scarily.
I think they're actually like shoot stoners, probably.
I don't know. Bo Dallas looks just like his brother with hair on his face. Like Bray Wyatt. Like, I think that was the thing why he kept it close shaved, because he represented like a clean cut, you know.
Yeah.
But now he's like a little grizzled. He's a little like seasoned, I guess.
Yeah.
That's what the goatee represents.
I've been on the main roster for a while, buddy.
Yeah, he's seasoned, maybe a little grizzled, maybe a little upset. But like, all I could see was Bray Wyatt in his face. All I saw was Bray Wyatt.
Especially when he smiled a little bit, yeah.
Dude, he looks exactly like Bray Wyatt. It's like,
it got kind of repetitive, though, because the next segment, it was Shane versus Zack Ryder. And Sheamus, with the mic, bro kicks Zack Ryder. And
they ring the bell. That's the thing. They ring the bell.
Yeah, but he says, ring the bell, ring the bell. He has to call for it, so it looks kind of awkward.
Well, he calls it. No, they ring the bell. He's like, ho, wait. And then, you know, he tells basically Zack Ryder, like, hold up. But the bell's rung. He's like, wait. And he just fucking drops it.
It's stupid. And then Ziggler comes in to save him. Zack Ryder was hilarious on Twitter. He was just like, good save, Ziggler, but you got me DQ'd, man.
I made a tweet. I was like, Zack Ryder cheated. He cheated. But he gives the fucking, basically, he's narrating a beatdown. He's narrating. I don't remember ever seeing that ever before.
Oh, I think
recently.
Yeah, The Rock did it with him, with Mankind and him, and I think that. But yeah, it was pretty fucking hilarious. And then he says some funny shit here. Oh yeah, and I thought the New Yorkers were supposed to be tough and all.
Oh
that
yeah,
shit.
he
Like, really,
shoots the shit out of New York.
and they're in Albany, of course, and then he comes out, gets hit with a zigzag. So that's probably a match this Sunday, I would say. Ziggler and Sheamus.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Kiss My Arse match. Not gonna forget.
Yeah,
Kiss. Oh, we'll get into that later. And then we had
third hour.
Yeah, John Cena came out for the Open US Challenge.
Well, we know who's not coming out for it.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, he comes out and he basically again explains the U.S. explains the Russian Chains match.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a tutorial again on the Russian Chains match, and as he's issues the challenge, out comes the big red machine. Because what happened backstage, and we forgot to bring this up, is that like, dude, he's like, I'm losing myself, I'm the big red machine, and I'm ready to be the big red machine again, you know? And Triple H is like, nah, dude, you're not the big red machine, you're a suit now, like, shut up, keep your suit on, what have you. So he comes out, basically, to prove Triple H wrong. He faces John Cena. Man, dude, I'm not gonna, I can't lie. I love Kane. I think Kane is such a good old school worker. I think the story that they're doing with him is just as seasoned as what they did with Mizdow. I feel like they're gonna fuck it up at some point.
Oh, yeah.
That's how it worked. They fucked up the Mizdow thing, but we're gonna get to that. But
it was a pretty good ending. They kind of play up to the fact that Kane's doing a lot of old school moves, like he does the vintage sidewalk slam, as Cole calls it, and then he teases the tombstone. He's going for the tombstone, and then Cena reverses it for the AA for the win. I thought it was a pretty good ending there, pretty good finish.
It was a good match altogether.
Yeah, these are U.S. title matches. I mean, I'm thinking I'm jumping. I'm kind of a Cena mark. I gotta say, these U.S. title matches are pretty sick. And I like how he's coming down the card. We actually talked about that in my interview with John Hitchcock.
Keep going. That's.
Oh yeah, the springboard stunner.
Now you can't see me. The time is now.
He's got the Cactus Jack.
Now. You can't see me.
Don't forget about the AA.
Like swallow.
Too tough for the tombstone.
Alright. So,
Miz promo.
As he leaves, he loses to the AA. He gets pinned, which I thought was really weird to go down on one AA. He doesn't even get like STF'd.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like so, and he goes down to one AA. So he's losing his touch. He's right. And as he goes back to, they shoot to him after the match, walking in the back. A lot of back shots. A lot of shots in the back.
Yeah.
More than normal.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
And as he's walking, Triple H, he runs into Triple H, and Triple H kind of shoots him like, I told you so. Like, I told you so look. Like, kind of looks up like, see? You just went out there and embarrassed yourself. Like, basically. And then that concludes that.
Yeah, and then we go to Cena promo, but then Rusev attacks him and chokes him with the Russian chain. Another funny moment in Raw is these faces. I know you posted something about it. It's pretty hilarious. This was the funniest Raw of the year. I'm going to just say it right now.
This is like Jump the Shark beneath.
Between Xavier Woods, the Kane and Rollins fight, Heath Slater, and then this chain attack. This was the funniest fucking Raw of the year.
Like the Cena face, it was like Cena's face extreme.
Yeah. And Rusev just like screaming and holding it back.
It's like the epitome of like jailhouse rape.
But
so what that was. That's basically what that looked like.
And they're doing the old school thing where you got to touch all four corners in the Russian chain match, just like a la Sting and Vader in the strap match back in the day.
But I thought it was pretty funny where Renee Young was interviewing The Miz, and she just basically goes to her ear, you know, she's like, because he's like just spouting off how great he is or whatever in the movie. She's like, wait. Oh, we're going to John Cena. Like, fuck you. We're going to John Cena with Barry Saxon. And he's like, what does he say? Give me a break. But yeah, that's what that turned into, man. And I swear to God, that fucking face should be like a meme forever, because there's two of them. And then when they come back from commercial break, they find the most hilarious still. Like, still of his face.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the most, like, out of it, because it's like, it morphs into like 8 different faces, but they got the one.
Yeah.
They're like, which one? There, that
Yeah.
So when they showed it, like the crowd just busted out laughing. It was great.
That's awesome. I didn't catch that.
You want to do this one, dude?
Yeah, Miz and Mizdow for the branding rights. Summer Rae with Mizdow to start the match. I think they could have waited. With Extreme Rules being so lackluster as is, they could have done this on the Extreme Rules, especially if this is just a go home. But whatever, especially with the finish they did. Well, whatever. I'm gonna get into the match.
It blew their load.
Yeah, whatever. It was an alright match, but then Summer Rae ends up turning on.
Mizdow. He goes to the rope. Like apparently he gets thrown to the ropes, and then the Miz looks like he's gonna go for him, but it's a whole ruse to distract the ref, and that's where Summer Rae rakes his eyes.
Yeah.
While he's basically in 619 position.
Yeah. So then Miz wins with Summer Rae. You got the two stars of the movie together, and they kind of turned on Mizdow. So I don't know where they're going with that. I don't know if it's done. But then Randy Orton comes out, RKO's him
as he's about to go. Awesome.
Yeah,
He hasn't done that in a while, by the way.
Yeah, most unnecessary RKO though. I think they could have. This angle could have just been left alone.
But I don't know. I think for the comedic spectrum of it, for him to be like, and I must say, I'm the Miz. And because here's the thing: this Damien Sandow and Miz feud got ruined, and what a way to basically punctuate it by having just all right, whatever, RKO.
Exclamation point.
Yeah, on top of when he's about to spit his catchphrase that he hasn't spit in a billion years.
Yeah.
He catches his ass, and it's like, boom, that's that. Now what happens with Sandow? That's the biggest question.
Does he come out as a Sandow babyface, in revenge after Miz? Do you think they're going to push this till the next pay-per-view and have a big final payoff?
What's after this?
I don't know, just your standard. I think
is it Over the Limit?
Over the Limit payback before SummerSlam springtime pay-per-views.
But he had to come. But does he come back because the intellectual savior of the fucking world?
No, I don't think he's going to come back as that. I think he's just going to come back as maybe just a vengeful babyface.
And that's Layla's return.
You heard it here first.
And then for whatever Over the Limit or what have you, pay-per-view they got going on, is going to be a intergender tag team between Miz, Summer Rae, Layla, because they got unfinished business.
Yeah, or they could get Emma, which would be awesome.
Not Emma. I think you can't have blonde versus blonde. That's the only thing. Now only if, because Emma's going through a heel phase turn with NXT, right? What if she blackens her hair? That would be awesome.
Let's keep Emma the way she is. I think it works out best.
Should make a redhead. Oh. But
then we go to a Bray promo. Same old shit. He's talking to somebody. I really wish I knew who it was. I hope it's Kane. I hope Kane switches, beats everyone up, and then Bray comes out for the secondary feud, and it's Bray and Kane. That would be a good, SummerSlam match. Mid-card SummerSlam match.
I was listening to PW Torch this morning, and they pointed out, he used the reference of lifting weights. You lifting weights, no matter how much weight you lift. So, that was
Mark Henry?
That's what he said. That's what, I think, who was it? It was I forgot who the fuck what it was, but he brought it up there. But I go, Ryback.
On this week's Special the World podcast,
what are you doing here?
I was trying to.
A cheap plug?
Yeah.
Was that a cheap plug?
That was a cheap plug.
That's horrible.
I was trying to see just going on.
Shame on you, man.
No, that wasn't. That was just what popped up.
Text. If you're listening, as soon as you hear this, you hear me. Send him a tweet at JG Pro Wrestling. Shame on you for your cheap fucking plug in the middle of the review, man.
I didn't. All right, I'm going heel. Fuck that. Yeah, I was trying to cheap plug.
This is go to fashionoftheworld.com. Fuck PJTW. Yeah, we just went this the heel turn.
No, but yeah, going back, Mark Henry. I think it might be Mark Henry. That'd be cool. Or Ryback would probably make more sense since they're pushing Ryback.
I'll go right now. I'll say I'm thinking either Kane or Orton. That's what I'm thinking. off the bat. Like at first I thought it was Orton.
Orton might be interesting.
I was like, we've seen this before. But we've seen this scenario. We'll go into it in my predictions.
Okay.
Because we gotta sell the prediction show. You know what I mean? Like he's cheap plugging his fucking. So we get Ryback versus Adam Rose, and basically Ryback wins, and this whole thing, whatever. Fuck. Ryback is in limbo. He gets attacked by the hot dog.
And the banana.
Yeah.
And
get the double shell shock. We haven't seen that in like years.
It was a banana split, like Booker T said.
I think they were trying to squeeze up what they can fucking muster, no pun intended, out of a combination between a hot dog and a banana. But
then right at the end, Booker T just goes, "Where's the rabbit?" Just like mentioning the bunny thing. I thought that was kind of hilarious. Booker T, funny, like everybody on this show.
And the spot is, because this has nothing to do with Ryback, Rosa shows up and attends to
out of the blue.
Rose and Rosa, huh?
Yeah.
How about that?
That's gonna work. Whatever. Whatever. Then they have a Kane with Young in the back.
Addresses Kane about like the diss tweet from Rollins. It's like, do you or not? Well, it was like, we're here to like. Do you hear about what people are saying about you on social media? Now that's the first time they've done that.
Oh yeah, then they go in the back and he says, "How can you do that?" And Seth just denies it. I thought it was pretty funny.
But then come to find out,
he's like, "How did you hear about that?" He doesn't even like go into denying it. He's just like,
and then it turns into he doesn't even deny it yet, but it turns into Mercury, not Mercury, sorry, Noble, kind of like come to find out he tweeted it out. Yeah. That's what that ended up being, like them going like, well, how did he just kind of curls up in the ball? He's like, kind of looks back like a dog who like just tore up the trash bag. Like, you're like, the trash is everywhere. And you look at the dog and the dog is like, I know I fucked up, but whatever. And they get past that. But
kind of funny.
What is this? Yeah, and Rollins apologizes.
Yeah, so I guess they're on the kind of teasing like they're only going to be on the same page going into Sunday.
He's like, blah, 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 blah. I just want to say, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And he basically sucks up to Kane.
Whatever. Kind of, I think he's just trying to get Kane back on his side.
Oh, no. That was just a ruse. That's not how it ended. That's not how the show ended. When Rollins out there, he fucking takes a cheap shot at Kane. It's like, fuck you. Like, basically, like...
Yeah, well, we'll get into it. Rollins versus...
and he dedicates the match against Ziggler to Kane. That's the whole thing.
Okay, that's funny.
Get a room. Yeah.
Rollins versus Ziggler. It's pretty all right match. Big super kick or big roll up to a big super kick spot to a 2 count by Ziggler is kind of nice. But then Sheamus comes out and distracts Ziggler. Rollins hits him with a buckle bomb, and then Rollins goes into a double arm DDT, but Rollins falls belly first, so maybe that might be a finisher, maybe that might be something.
It's like it's like basically a reversed, what Cody Rhodes does, the Black Matter, or whatever the fuck that shit they call it.
It was like, like the Black Matter, it was like a skull crushing finale, it was like a variation of those kinds of moves.
Yeah, like a DDT, pancake, like flapjack. I
don't know why he didn't just go with the double arm DDT old school, but he just kind of falls on his
because that's what Ambrose does.
Oh yeah. Maybe this might be the new finisher.
It is the new finish. This was all about here.
Well, I wish he would just do the buckle bomb then, because that's a sick move that no one else does.
Well, the buckle bomb has to lead into something else. Now, as a heel, he can't like high fly as a fucking finisher.
Yeah.
He just can't do it. But like, he can't do the fuck. I don't know. Like, how about just like a sick neck breaker or something? How about like a fucking something swinging? Like just something. I don't know. Like
I missed the curb stomp, man. I'm not even gonna just like. That was just that was a different move. That was a cool move.
It stood out.
Yeah, but it's gone, man.
Oh, pull a little bit out.
Baby, come back.
I know, right? Player. But you know who sings that song, right?
No.
They're called Player.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And yeah, we just poured in my mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a drunken, I don't know if you can notice, but this is a drunken, for me at least, podcast. But that basically is the nail in the coffin for the curb stomp.
Boo.
And
then Rollins cuts a little promo.
And then Triple H comes out and tries to stop him because he's about to just say, he already knows that he's going to say some dumb shit.
Yeah.
And then he says some dumb shit about Kane, and then Kane comes out. He's like, what the fuck, man? Like, the fuck, dude? And Triple H goes to stop him, and as all that commotion is going down, he's like, well, fuck, I'm going to protect myself. So he calls down for the fucking cage. And then I was just like, come on, like, where's the suspense, man? Because we all know what's going to happen. You finish this shit, I'm done.
Yeah, the cage is lower, and, Rollins is looking, real cocky, and then all of a sudden, you kind of saw it coming from a mile away. Orton slips under the cage. No one is there to help Rollins. Rollins is trying to get out. But then it goes into a sick spot where Rollins is on the top rope trying to escape. Orton flings his foot, into the ring. Orton catches his head for the sickest and fifth and final RKO of the night. That spot made me want to get the pay-per-view, but then 5 seconds later, I was kind of like, nah. But
why?
I'm just not feeling this one, man.
Man, this is a throwaway. I mean, it's a fucking extreme. It's a gimmick match. I mean, it's not really like, and it's kind of pseudo WrestleMania version 5.6.
Well, the years past, it's been pretty much the same Mania. But this one, there's a lot of new ones. Like, you got Harper and Dean. What is it? Harper and Dean, and then is that the only Naomi and Nikki, and Lucha Dragons. It's not Lucha Dragons. New Day one.
I mean, sorry, New Day and.
But then now you have two heel teams going against.
Yeah, a lot of fucking confusion with this shit. And you got, Naomi basically the heel, Nikki's a heel. You got the Marksman, and you got New Day.
Pretty much you have all heels, like Ascension, Primetime Players, New Day, and Ken Cesaro. This is lined up perfect for the Lucha Dragons just to, start whooping ass. Like, I think this is
as a babyface?
As a babyface team.
As to take
especially with the Usos out.
Yeah.
This is going to be the summer of the Lucha Dragons. They got 4 heel teams that, other than Ken Cesaro,
I think
they're not really
Primetime Players are considered faces.
Really?
Yeah, I think they're considered faces. And I don't know where the
Los Matadores.
I don't know where they stand.
They stand on Superstars. Catch him on the
Harper and
catch him on the network.
Dude, I only pray, and this is what like last time I was Bray Wyatt and Ambrose would become a tag team. But even more so with Harper. They wear the same shit, and they're fucking out of their mind. If they became a tag team...
It's going to happen. It'd be like the Terry Funk and Cactus Jack of the day.
Charlie.
Oh, yeah. I'm not Terry Funk. I'm Chainsaw Charlie. I think it was Rumble 98. Cactus Jack says something. He's just like, me and Terry Funk, we're going to... And then Terry Funk cuts him off, and he's just like... Cactus, I'm not Terry Funk. I'm Chainsaw Charlie.
Total breaking key.
Yeah.
Oh,
but yeah, I think that was it.
So yeah. So that basically it. And this is part 1 of episode 35.
Oh yeah.
Of Peter and Jake Talks Wrestling. Thank you again so much for listening. Plugs. Again, check out all the rest of the podcasts. Go into our archives. Just a bunch of crazy shit. We're just always talking about wrestling and doing reviews. Peter and Jake Talks Wrestling every Wednesday. Go and listen to past stuff. We also have Faster Than the World podcast.
We review NXT every week. And then this Friday, there's a special thing we've already talked about at the beginning of the show where my exclusive interview with John Hitchcock, author of the book Front Row Section D. Pretty awesome stuff. I can listen to that guy talk about old wrestling for hours. And I got this hour down, and I'm gonna be reading the book, and we're gonna probably do some more stuff with John in the future.
Sweet. And then we also have Peter Talks SmackDown. Go, and that is in video format as well as audio format, so check that out. We have also Peter Talks Wrestling With, and the past couple of weeks we do it every other week. It's me and my homie Nathan, aka at Headliner5, on Twitter, and he's also part of the Eyes on the Ring podcast, part of the Elite Network. And then I started doing Raw recaps also in video format. After every Raw, the next day you'll see a Raw recap, because it takes forever for everything to load, just like this next fucking prediction show, which will be in video format.
Hey.
And then
Stop breaking down the fourth wall here.
I know, right, dude? I'm sorry.
Kane.
Breaking kayfabe like a mug. And then if you watch Total Divas, go back. There's a playlist. It's just one in there. It's Dang We Love Divas, which will be the podcast, part of the PJTW Central Network of podcasts, where she watches and reviews Total Divas with the homie Will. The first one is the pilot, only because it's the season finale of last season's Divas. And then the upcoming season, she will basically review Total Divas. And that's about it. Find my ass at Ellen Japanese, which is LinJapanese. That's on Twitter, and also on Instagram, also on Snapchat.
At JG Pro Wrestling on Twitter. Hit me up.
And the network account is PJTW Central. So we're gonna get the fuck out of here, and the audio format will be up to listen for our prediction show. But tomorrow, the video for you see me and Jake will be on YouTube tomorrow for the. So if you want to see this again, get drunk before you see this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Ass Stream Rules prediction show. So without further ado, you want to sign us up?
Episode 35 was pretty fucking awesome. Later.
Late.
You have been listening to Peter and Jake Talks Wrestling Podcast. Please tune in next week.